This is the Four-Man Rush. Hello, Panther fans, and welcome back to another podcast with the Four-Man Rush. Sorry about the sabbatical, but we had places to go and things to do, a.k.a. Wofford Camp. So, as you could probably come to the understanding that, we're going to talk about Wofford. There was a lot of things that happened. Four-Man Rush had great access. We're going to talk to you more about that. If you were following us on Facebook, you probably caught some videos, some exclusive videos from the Four-Man Rush. So we're not going to take too much of your time. We're going to break down the offense analysis of the Wofford camp and dig a little deeper into our expectations and things of that nature. And we're going to start off with Kevin because he was the man on the scene, gathering all the info and sharing it with everybody on our Facebook page. And Will and I are going to talk a little bit more about, talk more in detail about the offensive players and offensive schemes and this, that, and the third that happened at Wofford. So, Kevin Avery, man, you had to be the luckiest dude, Panther fan, father at the Wofford camp, for sure.
Yeah, man. I mean, I definitely was privileged to have the type of access that I was granted. Everybody knows that when it comes to training camp, I'm going to be there. The goal this year is to make every single practice. So I'm 5 for 5 right now. Today was the off day. They'll be right back at it at 9:20 tomorrow morning and 9:20 on Thursday, and then Fan Fest on Friday. So see if I can keep the streak going. But yeah, definitely with Fan Fest. I mean, not Fan Fest, but yeah, with the opening kickoff party at Wofford, it was a great scene. It was plenty to do. There's a lot of excitement. I mean, you could just feel the atmosphere of fans just excited and eager to see what this 2019 season is going to unveil. I personally, was looking forward to it. This particular camp is definitely special to me because I was blessed with the opportunity that my daughter Jelani is coming along with me, and she flew in from California actually the morning of and been right by my side. She took a lot of the film that I shared on the Four-Man Rush Facebook page. So my baby, she definitely, want to contribute to this upcoming legacy that we're building here with the Four-Man Rush. So just want to let her know, Jelani, I love you, baby. Appreciate you helping out Daddy. But overall, I really, for what it was, opening night, it was just helmets and shorts. It was just pretty much, hey guys, we're back. Let's do some drills. Let's run a few plays. Let's just, just start the installation process. And I really enjoyed the fact that we didn't really hold anything back as far as the type of, I guess I would say, the type of plays that I saw offensively. As you know, with North Turner being offense coordinator, we are running that Air Coryell playbook that he is considered a godfather of. And I definitely like the fact that I was seeing some formations and some personnel groupings that didn't get to see a lot of his first year around, but it's already been on the books to say that, Norv didn't even use half the playbook last year because of, the issues with Cam. So as exciting as the offense looked, even when we started off 6-2 last year, I think the best is yet to come. And me, myself, I'm definitely looking forward to it. But definitely the opening night was something that was just good to be with and be around other fans and just suck up the atmosphere and just see our boys start to lay the foundation for what we're hoping is a successful 2019 season.
Yeah, hey, Will, I'm excited about the season coming up, man. How you feeling about it?
Yeah, unfortunately I couldn't make it to Spartanburg this year, but just from what I've been reading about the offense, it looks like Curtis Samuel, you think about it, this is the first time since he's entered the NFL that he's had a full offseason to train and get better and go through mini camp and training camp for the whole time. So, I think you're gonna see a breakout year for him, possibly emerge as that X receiver. It's gonna be interesting to see what DJ Moore does as the complimenting Curtis at that wide receiver position. So those two I'm really looking forward to. You know, I think the one thing I've been paying close attention to is the RB2 competition. You know, I heard Jordan Scarlett's been on and off. You know, he's looked good, improved his hands a lot. Seems like he's been struggling in pass protection a bit, getting blown through. So, you know, he's got a couple welcome to the NFL moments there. Who else was I reading about? You know, the left tackle competition is going to be one to look out for, which we'll get to in a few minutes, with Darrell Williams holding it down right now and Greg Little going through some growing pains. So, you know, it's just a lot, you know, I've read about that. You know, I have to look forward to this summer. They'll see how these battles play out in the preseason.
Yeah, man, I can't wait, dude. I can't wait. And Kevin, what did you see in terms of the offensive line? How was that panning out?
As far as the offensive line goes, I really see a lot of intensity, you know, to begin with. Now, keep in mind that they're slowly, even though they was cleared and passed their physicals, they've been real careful easing center Matt Paradis and tackle Darrell Williams into it. Now, even through 5 practices, they have yet to have gone through every single individual and team drill all at once. They've primarily done, you know, some individual work and some team drills, but never the full course. So, you know, with them, you know, want to make sure that their injuries are healed and that they're getting their legs up under them after a long layoff. I'm actually cool with this. This allows other players who may not had opportunity to get as many reps a chance. And as y'all all know, we definitely got to develop our depth. You know, you're only strong as your weakest link. So definitely seeing the rotation on the offensive line definitely is something that I take enjoyment of. You know, to be honest with you, Larson is looking real nice. I saw him getting reps at both center and guard. And also Moulton looks like he wants to play for that big contract coming up in probably next year. You know, he looks like someone that's, you know, all about business. He pretty much had like a business mind frame, and I definitely like his approach. You know, with him solidifying that right tackle spot. Trey Turner, he was someone that, you know, he battled some injuries too, but he's looking good and healthy. I've seen him participate in all the drills as well. So we're talking about a perennial, you know, Pro Bowler at right guard. So with the talent and everything that we have and possess, I think this offensive line, I mean, knock on wood, will be one of the biggest strengths of the Carolina Panthers in 2019. And a strong offensive line will do wonders for, you know, Cam Newton, not only passing, but in the run game as well. Definitely with the transitions and things that I saw with these first 5 practices, I'm really excited and eager to see these guys go up against competition. I can tell you all now, for those of y'all that wrote off Greg Van Roten at left guard, please change your mind. That man looks like a man possessed. He's really not giving up that spot. So for everybody that had Darrell Williams penciled in at left guard, you might want to have your eraser ready and change that up. Also, speaking of left tackle, from day one, from the first practice on, you know, Darrell Williams has been the one at left tackle and not Greg Little. And I think that's the right move. Rivera himself said that he didn't just want to give reps away to Greg Little. He wanted him to earn his reps. And I think that's how you should go. A lot of times some teams fall up under the pressure of a high draft pick. Well, we immediately got to, you know, get them out there. But, you know, much is given, much is earned. And I just think that the way that we're handling the approach of rotating linemen is a good thing for the Panthers building the season and heading into the regular season as well.
Right on, man. That's what's up. Hey, I was wondering how Van Roten was going to react to everybody talking about the potential shuffling, or, you know, he might not even be listening to the media and the talking heads, but he had to be thinking in his mind, okay, Darrell's coming over here to the left tackle. We just picked up Little. What could happen here, you know? And he, you know, he apparently buckled down and brought his lunch pail to work and dropping some heads around here. I like that. And Will, I know you was talking about the running back situation. How do you feel about Ian and his transitioning into this season? You think he's going to be an impactful player, maybe?
Yeah, especially with as a tight end with Greg Olsen. Is haven't been able to finish the last 2 seasons. I think that tight end depth is going to become key between Ian Thomas and Chris Manhertz. And I think last year when Greg Olsen was healthy, Norv had him playing 100% of the snaps. So with his foot condition, I don't know if that's going to be the case this year. So I think it'll be a golden opportunity for Ian to come in and earn some reps this year and fill in. On that all or nothing, it looked like there was a little bit more that the fans don't get to see, that the coaching staff and insiders get to know. It just seemed like Ian was a little bit slow learning the playbook and adjusting to learning how to become a pro his rookie season. But, coming in year 2, I think all that's behind him. The cobwebs are out. And, he's going to be more experienced coming in and more familiarized with the playbook. So I'm expecting a lot of good things out of him this year.
Yeah, and one thing I want to say about Ian Thomas, he was, from the first 5 practices I saw, he's been eased back into it. He had a little procedure done in the all season, so he's definitely someone that they're pacing him back into. For those that don't know, his brother Cliff, who's part of the Panther groups, me and him actually, communicate quite often, and he was, giving some inside tidbits about, the procedure and what's being done and things of that nature. But I definitely see Ian Thomas being a playmaking factor once he to get back 100% full strength. And I like the fact that our coaching staff is patient, because I saw some nice things talent-wise at the tight end position while I'm there. I mean, Greg Olsen's just being Greg Olsen. Greg Olsen's looking like the guy that, put up 1,000 yards 3 consecutive seasons. He has a little bit of swag. He's laughing. He's having fun. So, Greg's being Greg. But telling you guys, it may not get a lot of reps, but we got playmakers. Manhertz, that video I put up of him catching that 40-yard ball from Cam, man, that was...
yeah, I forgot about that.
That was a joy to watch. That was something that they had Manhertz lined up like an inside, slot receiver, and he pretty much just split the seam, to go get that ball. So, he's way more than just, a bootleg off the halfback option that we saw last year Monday night against the Saints. I'm always been someone that says, give someone an opportunity. I know people get caught up in brand names and starters got to have this many reps, this many yards, but these guys are also professionals. They are capable of making plays if given a chance. That's why I always tell our fans to just, be open-minded to players getting opportunities. You can't, have, the same players that, always making the same plays. I mean, it's a long season. Spread the wealth.
Right. And
that's another thing that I saw about the offense. Cam is really spreading the ball around. It's not, just being the same 2 or 3 players. Like, everybody's catching good passes from Cam, and that's something I also enjoyed seeing about the offense as well.
People are making a lot of what to do about Cam's throwing motion and whatnot. But if you look back to his first like 5 or 6 games last year, before he took that injury and it continued to get worse, he had the same throwing motion last year. That's why his efficiency was already up, folks. Right? So he's already had a season, or I should say an off season of refining that throwing motion. That's why if you see his passes from what I've seen from the video, now Kevin's seen a lot more, and he's touched on it, man. He is very smooth with his release. It's almost effortless the way that ball comes out of his hand, and it just spirals. It is pretty. It's not flying over here this way, that way. It's going to be ugly, folks. He sprayed that ball around like he did in 2015 because you didn't know who to guard. So it's going to be interesting. That's all I had to say.
Yeah, as far as the throwing motion, I think it's more about being able to maintain his mechanics when he's under pressure, as opposed to, completely changing what he does. Because, he made some nice throws from a clean pocket last year. And when he's able to step into his throw, his mechanics are fine. It's just that when he's feeling that interior pressure, you know, he's not able to step into his throws like that, that's when the mechanics start to fall apart and you see him making those off-balance throws.
Right.
Or because he scrambles a lot, like that Detroit Lions game. You know, he thought he was going to run on that 2-point conversion. He rolled out the pocket and had it in his mind that he was going to run. And then Jarius Wright flashes open across the middle. But he gets excited. You know, now he's got to transition from trying to run to get the throw off, and he's not able to get his feet set. And the ball just sails over Jarius Wright's head.
Yeah, that thing was flying, too.
So, yeah. So I think it's just about, you know, being disciplined with his mechanics when he's under pressure like that.
Right. Yeah, and hopefully him having, you know, more than one season with Norv and his son will, hopefully he's got that muscle memory down a little bit more than last year. Because you can, like you said, man, you could tell he was still a little, you know, he's referring back to the old Cam with them bullet throws because he was getting too hyped in the pocket. Maybe he'll be a little more comfortable now, you know, hopefully.
Knowing Cam, he probably done relived those missed passes, like that one he lobbed over McCaffrey against the Redskins that could have won it. And man, I mean, yeah, it wouldn't be Cam if he hasn't probably called them same routes and plays just to try to purge that from his memory, man. I definitely think Cam's going to have a nice bit of touch because, honest fellas, and like I said, this is not me just being a homer about it. You know, I'm not the most in-depth on mechanics, but based on that throwing motion that was just discussed what he had last year, and of course whatever was leaked out before, you know, OTAs about it. You know, one thing I'm seeing is looking very consistent as of now. So definitely hoping that muscle memory will kick in and allow Cam to be consistent, whether he's bootlegging, whether he's under pressure. Because I've seen him lay some bullets, I've seen him do the lobs, and I've seen him do the touch passes so far in camp. Now, mind you, it's early. You're not allowed to get hit and things like that. But just from a pure mechanic standpoint, it's been a joy watching, you know, Cam Newton throw the ball so far.
Heck yeah, man. That's wonderful news. Wonderful news, you know. So what was Christian looking like? How was he looking out there? I mean, I know he came in a little more diesel this year. It seemed like he's still fluid as ever, I'm assuming.
Man, I'm gonna be real. They might be drug testing Chris McCaffrey like they did Eric Reed for us last year, man. Man, when I tell you McCaffrey looks like, I know what his weight says, but he looks bigger than his weight. Like,
wow.
Like he looks bigger and faster than what he was last year, which is saying a hell of a treat.
Whoa!
And
did you say faster,
bro? Look, go back to that video that I posted from opening night where Armour was lead blocking for him, and how the linebacker was right in the hole, and he just shot straight. He didn't even try to juke him. He just straight X button on him and was just gone. I mean, he was pulling away from hot pursuit, and I'm like,
wow.
Yeah, he's thinking about all them times because about 5 or 6 times last year he had a breakaway where he was caught from behind. Yeah. I think that kind of bothered him a little bit, knowing that he probably could have had 3 or 4 more touchdowns rushing. Man, I'm telling you, like he reminded me of the dude from the program, you know what I'm saying, getting that juice, man. I mean, I'm not saying McCaffrey's doing anything illegal, but he just...
Come on, man, you're going to get this boy in trouble.
Hey, McCaffrey fans, I'm just being honest, man. Whatever workout program he's using, he needs to market that because he looking like he's on a mission, man. And hey, I'm definitely liking it. So McCaffrey is for all you fantasy football lovers, I would grab him in the first round if I was you.
Lord have mercy, man. Ain't no telling how Norv going to use this kid, man. Good Lord. Whew, man. I can't wait, man. I can't wait.
could see you easily doing 1,000 this year. I mean, 1,000 yards rushing, I think, will happen just off his normal workload.
True.
And as far as receiving yards, I think he'll have the similar number of targets and catches, but he'll have more yards per catch because we got guys that can stretch the field this year.
Man.
So I think we'll see more explosive pass plays from CMC as opposed to just those dump offs we saw last year. So look out for that. I think he could definitely do a 1,000 type year this season.
Woo. Dum.
Yeah, I think, honestly, without being the homer hat on again, I think that he could be someone that can do 1,000 like on a regular basis. I mean, I'm telling you guys, the play design of Norv Turner is something I was just enjoying. Like, anybody that knows me know that I'm a formation and personnel geek. Like, I be paying attention to stuff like that. Okay, who's out there? Who's lined up where? And I'm just seeing things that, had me thinking, okay, Norv, you're playing Madden out here because you're just swapping this player and putting him, and you got this one going in motion, but, oh, wait a minute, hold up. Why you got that guy right there? Oh, that's why? You know what I'm saying? It's just like I feel like Norv and Scott Turner, they just salivating at the chance. So, you know what? I hope it's all vanilla in the preseason, because when them Rams come here to get that work week 1, I'm ready to see a display like no other. I've already put down on the books 27-10 Carolina, week 1 against the Rams. I said that in an earlier podcast, and I'm sticking with it. So, but yeah, this offense is going to be a thing to watch this year, folks. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I saw with behind McCaffrey, they got that running back depth going on too. I saw they're doing that special with Elijah Holyfield's one of 3 guys they're going to cover who's on the roster bubble. And I heard, I read something that Elijah Holyfield's the last guy off the practice field every day. He's out there working, getting extra catches in, getting extra workouts in. He's doing everything he can to make the roster. Then you got Cameron Artis-Payne. He's not going to give up his backup position that easy. He's got that experience factor coming in.
Yep.
So I can see him holding on to that number 2 spot. So, and you got Jordan Scarlett, who's, I've heard mixed things about. He's looked explosive running the ball, showed better hands than they had thought he had coming out. But I think the pass blocking, he's been kind of getting roughed up a little bit. So keep an eye on that RB2, RB3 competition. That's something I'm going to be definitely watching during preseason.
Yeah, man. Those are critical positions, folks. You can't sleep on that. As much as we love Christian McCaffrey, it is football. Things happen. We're going into a division game, and it's between us and one of the other 3 teams in our division, and we're missing our starting running back. Well, damn it, you want somebody in there who can pull the toe and step in there and contribute. So don't sleep on those the second, third string running back situations. Yeah, that's a big deal. It's a big deal. So yeah, keep your eyes open.
Yeah, and if you don't mind me adding with that 10 talking about running backs, give you guys a little bit more insight on what I saw. Will just brought up how Elijah Holyfield is first one out there, last one to leave. That's very much true. He had a couple of early, drops, and he's been beating that just machine. He's definitely putting in the type of work. He's not taking anything for granted. He wants to make his own name. Everybody thinks of him as a Vander Holyfield son, but he just comes off as having that demeanor like, yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love my dad and his legacy, but, I'm trying to make and establish mine. So he's definitely putting in that work, and, he might be one of them players that we just have to wait and see what he does in the preseason games to, determine his value with the team. And now, as far as Jordan Scarlett, he had a couple of them early, and kind of while there's some mixed reviews with him, the running backs coach, what he did was, and there was an article about it, he went and got some boxing gloves. So when they're doing their agility drills, he's punching at the ball with boxing gloves to get the guys to hold the ball upright and tight the way that they should. And, hey, as great as Christian McCaffrey is, I don't know if y'all saw or heard, but he had broke loose for a long run, and the old man, well, not the oldest man, but Bruce Irvin at 31, he ran downfield 40 yards and knocked the ball out of McCaffrey's hand and recovered it. And of course, the defense went crazy over that. Ooh. And when they asked Bruce Irvin about that, he's like, "Hey, look, this is how I get down. I don't never give up on a play. And this is one of the reasons why." And that's the type of attitude and mind frame that we got on this team. I know we're just talking most of our offense, but I had to share that with you since we was talking about, running backs, just based on what I saw. So ball security is something that definitely all the running backs need to work on, because McCaffrey done fumbled, Scarlett done fumbled, and Holyfield done fumbled. Now, believe it or not, the one to get a butt of a lot of jokes, Cameron Artis-Payne, gentlemen, I see him being on the team as the number 2 back. I really do, because what I'm seeing with Cameron Artis-Payne, I don't know if he's got a yoga mat or something, but his ability to change directions seems to have gotten a lot better, because he done left people stuck in the hole with a start and stop step that I personally didn't know he had. Oh. And, it's just something that I was like, okay, I see you there, sir, and I was just like in awe, and I put it in, one of my rush reviews that, his ability to make people miss is like, I don't know if there's a Madden's rate adjuster for Cameron Artis-Payne, but his juke ability is in the 90s the way it looks like so far. So, yeah, he's definitely someone that is going to really make it hard for the coaching side who's going to get the other 2 backup running back spots. Now, the last thing I want to say real quickly about the running back battle that I saw, Jordan Scarlett, when everything's clicking, he is the brown skin version of McCaffrey, if I can say such a thing. What I mean by that is I've seen him line up. I've seen him go in motion in the slot. I've seen him catch out the backfield. I've pretty much seen him do a lot of the things that we use McCaffrey for. I've seen him doing it in camp, especially on, when we're doing the team drills. And, the work that he's been doing since he had those 2 drops, the last 3 practices, I haven't seen him have any drops. I mean, he's catching in stride and the kid's turning upfield. So I know everybody wants McCaffrey to have a high usage and things like that, but, we got some horses in the stable that's going to be ready to eat when it's their turn.
Yeah, we can look at Cap. We got these shiny new toys, Holyfield and Scarlett, but let's not forget, Cap was a 1,600-yard rusher in college. Scarlett and Holyfield didn't rush for 1,600 yards against college kids. Cap did. So he's been there, done that, and been in this league for a lot of years. So I could definitely see him staying on this roster and competing.
Yeah, man. At the end of the day, we got some workhorses coming up behind Cap. Behind McCaffrey. So, real talk, I can't help but pull for that dude, man. I just think he caught a bad break, man. I really do. He was caught behind Stu. Then they get McCaffrey in the draft? It's just hell. He's been around, but he just can't get that break, man. But I'll tell you what. You put him in there and give him 20, 25 carries and see if you don't average five a yak. I'm telling you, dude puts in work, man. It's obvious. I'm a big Cap fan, no doubt. Let's see. So there was something I wanted to ask you, Kevin, about Wofford. Oh yeah, was it hot as hell or what?
Well, if you ask my daughter from California, it was burning up. But if you ask me, it was nice and cool for, typical Wofford weather. Yeah, we're talking about it was like low to mid 80s. Okay. And it was like a nice steady breeze. See, her coming from California, they're not used to this thing called humidity. Yeah. So for her, it was definitely something that she definitely struggled getting used to. Sitting out here, she's looking at me like, "Daddy, how can you take this?" And I'm sitting back, loving like, "Baby girl, this is a nice day." I looked at my phone; it's like 84 degrees. I'm just 84 July at Wofford.
Right. South Carolina, we talking about? Shoot. Yeah, that's a good stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what it would have been like. The first I don't think it broke 90 once the 5 days that I was there for the 5 practices. So now I do see that the 90s are supposed to come back this week, but I also see more rain chances as well. So, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. I went to Wofford. Oh, geez. That was about 5 years ago, I think it was. Might have been more than that. But man, I just remember that, that South Carolina humidity, folks. Whew, buddy. It was mean, man. It just sits on you. But you lucked out this year, man. That's good. And
another thing about South Carolina is them South Carolina mosquitoes. They got memberships to Planet Fitness. You know what I'm saying? So they do circuit training. The mosquitoes be sizing you up like, you about to get this work, right? That's just how it is. So it's like, man, go ahead, do what you got to do, man. That's how it is, because they gonna win, bro.
I saw mosquitoes doing the one-on-one drills with the receivers. I saw that. Doing a one-on-one.
Yeah, I saw one receiver. I thought the airport was close by. You know what I'm saying? That's how big he was.
Calling Homeland Security and shit. Yeah, man. Ooh, yeah. Mosquitoes down there are real, boy. Yeah, man. Yeah, don't go near the marshes. They get even worse. But anyway, so Camp Wofford has concluded, and we don't want to, talk about, everything at once, because, we're still going to talk about what's going on the offensive side of the ball and the coaching aspect of it. But just give you guys a heads up. Next week, we're going to talk about the defense. We're going to dig into that, because there's far more questions on the defensive side of the ball than there is on the offensive side of the ball, to be honest with you. I know for one thing, seeing those one-on-one drills between the receivers and the DBs, and DJ Moore catching the ball with one hand, and Samuel catching D-Jack on that 9 route, man. That woof. And Cam was just putting them on him. Did you catch that, Will? Did you catch those videos?
Yeah, I watched them, but I always tell people is in one-on-ones, the receiver is always going to have the advantage against the cornerback. So if you're a professional wide receiver and you can't beat a cornerback one-on-one with no pass rush and no safety help, then why are you in the league? So if I'd be more concerned if DJ and Curtis wasn't winning one-on-ones. It's the same thing with the offensive line. Greg Little got some footage out there of him getting whooped in one-on-one drills. My thing is, if my 16th round defensive end, who's supposedly the best pass rusher in the draft, isn't winning one-on-ones, I'd be more concerned with that. He's got the advantage there. So, it's fun to watch, but, it's one-on-ones. It's practice. We're talking about practice, man.
Not a game.
We're talking about practice.
Not a game. And the reason I want to bring that up, because I know those fans out there be like, man, Curtis Samuel, man, he's gonna have top-notch numbers and this, that, and the third. Folks, it's one-on-one in shorts. Relax. Well, not shorts, but relax. There's a whole nother dynamic. Well, there's a couple of other dynamics that goes into preparing for a game. One of that's having a whole defense out there that's manipulating the situation and the context that determines where the football comes out, how fast it comes out, if it comes out at all, right? First down, second down, third down. I mean, there's a whole lot of things that goes into the dynamics of the game, right? So just seeing, Curtis Samuel burn, D-Jack in a one-on-one drill is really not going to give you that much information. Just saying. I was happy Will was able to translate that for y'all. I hope you digest that. Take that in, please, by all means. Just saying.
Yeah, I mean, it was good that Will touched upon that, because I definitely was going to add to that myself. The best part about these one-on-one drills for the receivers versus DBs is just seeing Cam consistently, throwing the ball, intermittent to deep again. That's ball placement. Yeah. That's something I was seeing. His ball placement seems to be better. Like, maybe a couple times a pass maybe sailed on Cam. That's going to happen. That's just a law of averages. But just generally overall, man, Cam is putting the ball where either his receiver's going to get it or nobody's going to get it. And I can live with that. And, that's just something that it is one-on-one, but, man, it is fun watching Curtis Samuel, giving people this work, because what that does, that starts up the banner. Anybody that knows Dante Jackson is a talker, so, it was some trash talking going on. There was some things said that ain't in the Bible that I don't know if I'm at liberty to say that I heard specifically, with the jaw jacking, but it's all in fun. And, let's not leave out, DJ Moore as well. He was also working some people over as well, but it's just so many people just hadn't seen a fully healthy Curtis Samuel, and just seeing the ability that he's just pulling away the way it is. That's what I'm noticing. As fast as Dante Jackson is, and we was talking about this with the Madden ratings last week, if he was the second fastest and Curtis Samuel was leaving him, I want to know why Curtis Samuel wasn't running that 40-yard dash for me, personally. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that could have been an all-Panther final if you ask me. But definitely it just seems like he just got another gear. He even said himself he feels stronger and faster this year. And another thing that Will had mentioned as far as with these drills with the linemen, I mean, this is so true. It is basically set up for the defender to win. So Brian Burns is not a first-team All-Pro, and Greg Little is not a bomb. I saw this online. People just, we wasted a second-round pick. Look at this dude. He can't block, and this is pathetic, and blah, blah, blah. I mean, even when I posted the videos of the deep passes, man, our secondary is trash. And I'm just like, folks, calm down. It is not that serious at this point. You want to see your offense that, that's known to struggle to score, be able to make big plays. So that's something I just really feel like that fans I understand you're anxious and was ready to see it, but don't be having regular season expectations at this point. Because if you do, you're setting yourself up to fail, and you're setting yourself up to have the wrong impression about what the abilities of the players are and what the schemes are. So if anything else, just ease up on the expectations until we get at least 2-3 preseason games in, and then you can get a better idea of what's being served. But only 3 days in pads, only 5 days overall, it's nothing compared to what it's going to be a month from now.
Yeah, I remember back in the day, our first week of practice, we couldn't even get the ball snapped. It's the first week of practice of the season. Now's the time to make mistakes. That's why we make mistakes now, get them corrected. By week one, you'll come out there, be a well-oiled machine.
Stay tuned, folks. Stay tuned. I'm going to tell you right now, man, it's going to be interesting to see how these receivers pan out. We didn't mention Hogan, probably because we don't have to, professional. Jerry's right. We didn't mention professional. All right. I mean, it's going to be really interesting. And like Kevin pointed to earlier, Cam is spreading that ball around, man. And when you got 5, 6, 7 players touching the football and making plays and things of that nature, and the defensive coordinator of the opposing team can't really put their finger on who to stop and where to put the cog in to that hole in the dam, because it's about to bust. 2015 all over again. Watch out, folks. Watch out, folks. When Cam was spreading that ball around, it was really hard to stop us. Interesting.
Yeah, on that topic of wide receiver depth, a couple of things I was reading as well was Aldrick Robinson was having some good days and even got some reps with the ones.
Oh.
Like new guy, Mickens, he's helping back there fielding punts. I think it was him, DJ Moore, Christian McCaffrey, and some other guy, DJ Moore. So they're all competing for that punt return duties. So, the guy who's ever going to fill out the receiver depth, that's another competition to look forward to. You got Aldrick Robinson, you got Mickens, you got Rashad Ross, you got Godwin, the guy we drafted. I think he was also out there fielding punts and was impressive running some routes as well. So, we got all these competitions going on, man. Looking forward to see how they play out.
Yeah, I can't wait. So, Kevin, how did you come across getting that access to the sideline? We mentioned before, folks, Kevin was able to actually be on the sideline at Camp Wofford for a day or two. He's basically like right next to the coaches, man. It was crazy. So, hey, yeah, how did that go down, Kev?
Well, in the words of Trick Daddy, everybody knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, no, basically with that, I got a couple of inside connects that work for the team. I had to swear to keep them anonymous for obvious reasons. But what I can say is that one of my sources, he's the guy over the video photography, basically all the film that's shot at practices. His job is to put it together so that the coaches can break it down and look at it. He was someone that was able to allow me to, have that access. So it was just something that, I got for the first time last year, and I was blessed with the opportunity. I got the phone call late Friday night. It was like, hey, I see your daughter's in town. How would y'all like to get, on-field access? I was like, hell yeah,
Duh.
Do people need hell in the water? Yeah, I mean, yeah, hey, let's go. So, we had to meet up at the spot, get checked by security and all that good stuff. And it was an honor and a pleasure. Let me tell you some people that I got close to, and I didn't post the pictures yet, but I saw pretty much nearly everybody that we see in the media, like David Newton of ESPN, Steve Reed of the Associated Press, the guys from Panthers.com, Max Hansen, Bill Voth, the new girl, the new reporter, what's her name, Candace, I believe, the one that came from Indianapolis, saw Jordan Rodriguez, the people that we, see a lot of the information and, media writers with them. I was able to get up close with them, but I also got to see a couple other people as well. I got to meet a linebacker great. I don't know if he made the Hall of Fame or not, but he's definitely a great Miami Dolphins linebacker. Brian Cox Sr. Was there. As you know, his son, Junior is on the team. And I was standing next to him, and I'm looking up this guy like, he's a big dude still. You know what I'm saying? Like,
linebacker.
I don't know how tall he is, but he had to be at least 6'5". Like, I'm 6 foot, and I was looking up with an arc in my neck. Like, hey, that's a big dude. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? He was easy going. Like, I just started up a conversation with him, introduced myself. Me and him chit-chatted, off and on throughout the period, and he even allowed me to, take a picture with him, so that was an honor to do it, and I definitely enjoyed that. Also got to speak and meet to DJ Moore's mom, that was in the All or Nothing. She had her jersey on, and, introduced myself to her, and, very nice lady, got a nice smile, just nice, good lady. She definitely loves her son. She definitely someone that is definitely all in, and she's very vocal, and who don't love their mom, like that. So, that was a good experience. So from media to former star players to, players, parents, it was definitely an access that I enjoyed, and I definitely look forward to, having that opportunity again, maybe next year, or fingers crossed, get something back about these media press credentials, and I'll have access like that every practice. So stay tuned, folks, because if that does happen, I would definitely be the first to let you know that Four-Man Rush is in the running to get media press credentials to give y'all exclusive access that you will only be able to find straight through us. So stick around and we'll keep you posted.
This is not your everyday average, There are other sources with press credentials, sure, but they don't have the type of delivery that the Four-Man Rush has. and nor do they have the website that we have. And if you haven't been to that website, you are missing something. And we're working on it. Now that's the reason why we skipped last week, not only because of Wofford, but because we were having training on how to put on more content on the website, things of that nature. So, I mean, check it out. All right, it's www.the4manrush.com. Okay, it's beautiful website, well taken care of, sleek, easy to use, and we're going to be updating more and more content on that as we go. When the season gets here, but really stay tuned because there's a lot to it. But yeah, for the 4manrush.com. Check it out. It's good stuff. So anything else we want to touch on in terms of the offensive side of the football at Wofford Camp, or any other happenings at Wofford?
I guess the only thing we haven't really touched on is backup quarterbacks.
Ah, yes, indeed. Will Greer, Heineke, Allen. What was going on there, Kev?
Well, honestly, if you want me to give you guys my honest opinion,
always.
We got four good quarterbacks overall, but we got three really good, solid backup quarterbacks on our team, and the decision to cut one and keep the rest, it's gonna be hard because I literally say you can just really mix them up in a hat, and whatever two you pull out, you're gonna be good with. I could definitely see there could be value with Kyle Allen because whatever happened since that game in New Orleans, like he just has a command of the huddle. Like he is putting the ball spot on. He's really making good decisions. He's no longer like that game manager we kind of saw in preseasons past. He's the guy that's not afraid to pull the trigger. He's threading needles. He's doing soft passes. He's making smart decisions to get out of it. He's even showing some mobility as well. I mean, I know everybody's all in on Will Greer, and rightfully so. Been a third round pick that we got in this past NFL draft. But yeah, it's definitely gonna be fun watching the backup. I'm gonna be honest. I'm more eager to see how the backups do in the regular season than Cam Newton. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys, and I know that may sound a little odd, a little crazy. Here's the thing: I know what Cam can do. Mm-hmm. Cam just ain't been healthy, so if Cam goes out and has a 350-yard game, that's not going to surprise me because I've seen him done that before. But these other backups, I mean, Taylor Heineke, I mean, my God, I was talking about a brown skin McCaffrey, but he shows signs of being like a light skinned Cam. I mean, I've seen him practice where he's pulling that read option. He's showing some of the mannerisms that Cam does as far as like, with his, playmaking antics, buying time. I know they can't hit, but he's definitely someone that I saw do a lot of bootleg action and was getting that ball spot on. Like you would never tell this was a person that, tore their elbow tendon against Atlanta week 16 last year. So yeah, the quarterback competition is definitely something that fans, you definitely have to pay attention to. I know typically the first preseason game, starter only play maybe a series or two. So the first, second, and last preseason game is really where you're going to really determine the abilities of all of our backup quarterbacks. And now, for one, I look forward to it.
Interesting. Yeah, man, that's some good stuff. And so, Will, have you heard anything about the backup QBs in the battle in that situation? Have you read anything about that?
I've been following up on it. I've seen Will Greer make some nice throws. I mean, this coach has had a lot of nice things to say about Heineke and Allen. So, I just think it's something we just got to keep watching. It'll go down to the wire. Right now, they're throwing against air, throwing against, scout tail, throwing against teammates, Panthers on Panthers. So, let's see how they do against this Bears defense, a week from Thursday, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yep, that is correct. Yep.
Yeah, man. No, you good.
Yeah, at Soldier Field, a week from this coming Thursday. I believe that'll be August the 8th, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's y'all looked it up just now.
Yep.
Yeah, August the 8th. I think it's a 7:00 game, Eastern Standard Time, if I'm not mistaken, 6 Central. So it'll be in Chicago at Soldier Field. So yeah, that'll definitely be a good test, because even if the starters don't play much that scheme that they use, it definitely be a good indicator on where we are. Now, again, keep people in mind, we're not really going to be game planning for them. So again, kind of temper your expectations, these first couple preseason games where we don't really do a lot of game planning for our opponents. Mm-hmm. It's more so about executing what we've been working on versus what they're doing.
And that's pretty much the facts right there, folks. Focus on us, not necessarily our mistakes, but what we're trying to maximize on, right? The basics. It's very important. Very important. So, I guess before we wrap this up, man, any upcoming news that you want to share with the listeners, Kevin or Will?
Well, as far as I go, with the 4-Man Rush, now that we've unveiled the website, and we definitely, expect, you fans to be able to follow us on the website, because we made up in our mind, the decision was made that, these rush review reports that I give you from my own observation will now be held exclusively on the 4-Man Rush website. So we definitely want you guys to, come check us out. But also, when I was on vacation in Miami, I posted a picture of myself in the 4-Man Rush apparel, and got a lot of people interested in our apparel, the T-shirt and the hats that we got a sample set of.
Yes,
so
sir.
We're definitely working behind the scenes on, working all the details about how to set it up and how to market it and how to, be able to present it to you guys. So yeah, definitely stay tuned for the 4-Man Rush apparel being something that you could be taking advantage of in the very near future.
Yeah. Gotta get them, man. They're gonna be like hotcakes. I'm telling you. We got the black with the blue. We have the black shirt and the white shirt. Is that right?
Yeah, it's like the black shirts with the blue writing.
Yeah, the blue logo. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the blue shirts with the black writing. So those are the two color schemes that we have going right now.
Cool.
We definitely had the ability to expand based on, consumer demand. So, definitely, once we, post pictures and show you guys, what we have, definitely feel free to let us know what it is that you like and what you wouldn't mind seeing us have available to you. And, depending on the market and, cost and whatever, we'll see what we can do for you.
Yeah, man. We're going to have them in adults and children's sizes, or?
Yeah, start off, the size is going to be like unisex. So it's pretty much going to be anywhere from small to as much as a 6X large.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah, so we're going to be able to pretty much cover a little bit of any and everybody. I've had people already inbox me like, hey, I got to get eight shirts, just for my family. Like, we're all Panther fans. We like the 4-Man Rush. I'm like, oh, wow. Okay. So definitely, we're looking forward to posting these pictures. And like I say, just putting the setup together, folks, is pretty much what we're working on now. We want to make sure we get this right. So, just please be patient with us. It'll definitely be worth the wait. I promise you that.
And to you listeners, if you haven't been to our YouTube channel, you have got to check out our YouTube channel. We'll have put out some of the best film breakdown on the Carolina Panthers and individual players and all sorts, right, in the whole YouTube universe. So, hey, Will, you got any clue of what you're gonna be dropping next? You can give him a little taste of what's going on.
Yeah, right now I'm gonna keep going through this camp battles. I've been working on the nickel corner thing for a little bit. It's just hard to kind of find a lot of film on the guys competing for the position, so it's taking me a little bit longer. I know I've been getting a lot of requests for Chris Hogan. So what I'm going to do there is just look at the wide receiver depth, and probably cover Hogan as part of that video. And then once we get the preseason games, that's when we'll start to do those post-game type reviews every week. So, you just had a lot to look forward to on that.
No doubt. Our content's going to be crazy, folks. First and foremost, let me just say on behalf of all of us, thank you. Big thank you for following our podcast and the Four-Man Rush as a whole. We're going into our first, actual regular season, preseason schedule covering the Panthers in our unique format. So it's a big deal for us, for you guys to be hanging out with us and supporting us so far. We really look forward to you hanging out with us going forward, because it's going to be freaking awesome. I'm telling you, the content's going to be crazy. The Panthers squad is going to be crazy, and I can't wait. So yeah, let's just put it that way. All right, so make sure you guys tune in next week, because we're going to break down the defensive battle at Camp Wofford and how things were measuring up. We didn't even talk about the linebacker core today. There might be a reason for that. I'm just saying. And make sure that you again check out our website, the fourmanrush.com. You can also find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Coming pretty soon. We're gonna be on Snapchat also. So check us out, man. Spread the word, and we'll check you out next time. And hopefully you'll check us out next time too. So on behalf of myself, Timmy VO, Kevin, Will, shout out to Larry and Monty and Norris and Kennardo and the rest of the Four-Man Rush team. We hope you guys have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening whenever you're listening to this podcast. And make sure that you check us out next week, Thursday. It's going to be hot, right? And as always, keep pounding.
But really, I'm just taking time to really let it breathe. So baby, just chill. She love it. We out in public and we can just chill with my partners, and we can go back to my crib and just chill.
The Four-Man Rush is brought to you by the love and respect of and for the Carolina Panthers and Carolina Panther fans everywhere. Keep pounding. The Four-Man Rush is a non-affiliate of the Carolina Panther organization. All thoughts, assessments, and content of this podcast is directly related to the Four-Man Rush exclusively. Thank you.